Hey, what's up? My name is Patrick Lovell. I'm a muckraker, I'm an independent producer, and I'm a guy that's holding the largest truth of the largest revelation of the largest criminal conspiracy and cover up in history that never ended that I have to get somehow into your brain. If you join me on a massive campaign to create a populist tidal wave to purge corruption, and if you, me, and everyone you see who isn't a Nazi, who believes in decency and dignity, integrity and liberty and sustainability, we can unify and we can defeat tyranny, and that's our destiny. Why am I trying to do what I am doing? Am I some sort of I don't know, mythical figure in my own head? Am I some sort of what is it called when you're a religious, not fanatic, not zealot? What are you when everybody considers you a prophet? Am I a prophet? No, I'm a dude, man. I'm a dude who's got the goddamn answers, and I've got the answers that I got to somehow penetrate. I've had a couple of people try to challenge me the last couple of days of like they repelled the message because they're like, "Hey, man, anybody who says the truth is somebody I'm definitely not paying attention to." And I'm like, "Okay, fine. First they'd ignore you, then they ridicule you, and then you went." People, I've got the answers of how the Federal Reserve Act 13.3 was used illegally behind the doors based on a massive deception racket by our government to make sure that nobody understood what happened to cover up the largest criminal conspiracy that I have all the answers to. How do I have all the answers? It's at www.thecon.tv. You better check it out fast. It's not going to be there for long. I know they're going to pull it. Who's they? My partners. It's just the truth has no value. And unless millions of people see it, it's not going to be out there. It's going to go to the dustbin of history. And that would be fitting for this, era of people where all there are lies and people buy lies. We just saw the $787 million Dominion lawsuit settlement with Fox, so they wanted to put it away. But where was the New York Times, for example? Why are we getting this information from a corporate lawsuit instead of the nation's paper of record, considering it was an insurrection? And honestly, are you kidding me? Where are the That's the point. Media is a bunch of griftopia, man. It doesn't matter if Rachel Maddow is your flavor. She's mine too, to a degree. She's smart. She's got resources. She's clever. She says a lot of great things. She's on the right side of a lot of identity politics issues, but she doesn't fucking tell you the truth about the corruption because she can't as the director of communications for the Democratic Party. She can't because of the Wall Street meritocracy. That's the way it is. What about Fox? Fox? I'd like to knock everybody out on Fox, honestly. I would love to go on camera in a pay-per-view setting against Tucker Carlson and take it to him, honestly. I would have so much fun. And same with everybody else on that, I don't even want to say that, network. But look, man, CNN's not any better. And I can tell you from my work, unfortunately, neither was Vice, neither was Frontline and everything else. So look, in a nutshell, I put it out there to the world, and I'm trying to get people to invest, be early adapters into this incredible crusade to purge corruption. And I'm asking you to invest $13 and to get 13 people. If you do that, you're going to get a t-shirt, you're going to get a bumper sticker. You might have to wait a little bit until I get more funds in, until we get a little bit more organized. But this is a first round ask, and we get to first base, we'll get organized, we'll get a 501c4 or C3 attorney. I'll be able to staff up, and I'll create a podcast to get this information to the masses that need to hear it, because it's going to pierce the veil of all the lies that exists, and we just got to keep pounding the rock forward. And then after that, basically what we're going to build towards, if we can build the circle eventually, because I've got so much information that can prove how tens of millions of pieces of documentation fraud wound up burying millions of innocent people through theft that the courts allowed. Nobody's going to tell that story but us. Nobody's going to tell that story but me. And I can take that to the people in addition to so much else in a massive, what we're calling a sort of barnstorming revival Live Aid-like tour, but to purge corruption. And then we'll wind up under the gaze of Abraham Lincoln in Washington, D.C., to where we fulfill our destiny, which is of a country of, by, and for the people shall not perish from this earth. People, we're in the midst of a massive, stupid kind of it's a civil war, if you will, but it's identity politics at the same time that the real masters are the new robber barons and the new Confederates. have the money to game everybody, and they're doing so, and everybody's bought and corrupt. I mean, just look what you've seen in the last 3 weeks, right? We saw everything with Fox show how full of shit media is. And then, of course, we have Clarence Thomas in the Supreme Court, and how much corruption is there. I can tell you it's a lot more than just Clarence Thomas. And then, of course, what about Congress? Oh, my God, you just look at it every single day. The entire system of separation of powers, integrity of the law, and the United States as we knew it has gone. We're a failed state. And the Titanic has already sunk. There's only one way a government of, by, and for the people gets the power back, and that's if we rip it from the bastards that stole it from us. And that's what I'm trying to get you to do. And you can, criticize me. In fact, if you do, let's go on camera together and we'll talk about the issues. You can tell me what I don't know, and I'll tell you what I do know, and we'll let the people understand what's at stake here. Because I got to somehow pile drive this information into the world of people that are just overwhelmed with information. Again, I empathize. I turn on TikTok. I got to have my phone on for 5 minutes, and I got to turn it off. Otherwise, it's over. So the goal is another 1,244 by April 30th, which is in 10 days, 9 days. And that would get us up to, the total would be 16,900. We'll get organized and we'll create a podcast and we'll move things forward. And then the next realm is just to keep growing and growing and growing. But eventually, if I could put this all together the way I want to, those initial investors, I'll find a way to create an IPO where you've already got skin in the game and you become a shareholder in a new platform that is a organization for truth and justice and liberty, which is going to, if we could get there, hopefully turn all of this other stuff inside out. We've been lied to for 20 plus years. It's the business model. It's disgusting. It's not the United States of America. I know not all of you are freaking jackals and hyenas of freaking manipulation and lies and predation and theft and everything else. I know a lot of you are freaks and a lot of you play ball by the system, but I know many, many more of you aren't, man. I know there's a silent majority out there who's less concerned with the identity politics and everything that's come with, MAGA to everything that you guys are terrified against. I know there's good people out there. We've got to create this movement, and quite frankly, it's nuts when I think about it. We got to create, if we can get there, if I could get 13 million people to invest $13, we'd have a $169 million war chest where we could actually create a new party based on everything that I'm revealing. Guys, it's insane. It's literally insane. There's only one thing we can do, and that's unite to purge corruption. The moment starts now. Take your step. Take your step into destiny. $13, get 13 people to recruit, and then let's do this. And who else is going to do it if I don't do it? If we don't do it? Bernie Sanders? Elizabeth Warren? AOC? No, are you kidding? They haven't done anything. They've been talking about this for the last 13 years. They have done nothing. And you think they're bad? What about McCarthy and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Bobart and Jordan and everybody's favorite talented Mr. Weasel turned George Costanza, George Santos and company. I mean, come on. And then the last thing I'll say on it is that, look, really, we had to wait for discovery and the facts of how Fox basically created propaganda for the insurrection from a corporate lawsuit as opposed to the New York Times. Yeah, journalism is dead. Guys, this is just simply some sort of amalgamation of The Emperor's New Clothes meets Humpty Dumpty. Yeah, it's a nursery tale. I guess this is not the first time this type of thing has happened in history. But if we don't get it back, we're all toast. We already are toast. But if we join together and we unite and we create a clean new deal, we'll usher in the new enlightenment, the new resurrection of the American dream. And that's really what it's all about. So that's my message to you. Please join us. Please invest $13 a day. Please recruit 13 people. Can I get you to come in? It's April 22nd. The deadline for this race to see if we can get on first base is April 30th, and it's not looking good. I think most of you just want to live in a society that's corrupt. I think most of you just want to give up. I think most of you want somebody else to come to the rescue. Nobody's coming to the rescue. And if you said, well, Patrick, where's your $13? Well, I've already invested. And then I already, everything that I've brought to the table, which is the evidence of this, cost us over $4 million. Yeah, you want to match me? That would be really great. Please match me $4 million, but to the tune. I don't want anybody investing over $13. Look, failure is not an option. Please, people, rise, roar, revolt. We can do this. Onwards and upwards.